Hello, boys and girls. It's Miss Young, and in today's math lesson, you're going to learn different ways to make 6 and 7. In the previous lesson, we learned how to make 4 and 5 in different ways. So I'm going to turn my screen around, and you're going to watch me model how to make 6 and 7. So, Chapter 1, Lesson 8, Ways to make 6 and 7. Here's your vocabulary. So, sum is how many there are in all, and to add means to join. And we always use the plus sign when we want to join. And here's an example of your plus sign. Okay? So, at the end of today's lesson, you will be able to use counters, or you can use your connecting cubes to make sums of 6 and 7 in different ways. So I'm going to be using this template. You can also use your workmat 3, your part whole. And you can also use this one. This one is located inside your green plastic folder. Now I want to make 6 first. So I'll write the number 6 here. And I write the number 6 here. So how many counters do I have? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have a total of 6 counters. Now I need 2 parts to make the whole, which is 6. So I first want to start off with 1. And what other number can I use? 1 plus some number will equal 6. Well, I can use the rest of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to move that into my little circle. Then I'm going to write my number sentence to match just what I showed. So there's one part red, so 1 plus 5 equals 6. Now let's find another way to make 6. So I'm going to keep the 6's in these 2 places. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move 1 here, flip it over. My numbers change, my parts change, but my sum will stay the same. So now my number sentence to match what I'm showing now is 2 plus 1, 2, 3, 4 equals 6. Okay, let's try another way to make 6. I'm going to move 1 from here up there. So I'm going to flip it over. Now I have another sentence. My number sentence is 3 plus 3 equals 6. I can find another way to make 6. I can move this up here, but just change the color. And now I have 4 plus 2 equals 6. And I can make another one. I can move this here. And now I have 5 plus, what's the missing number? Did you guess 1? You are absolutely right. 5 plus 1 equals 6. So boys and girls, there are so many ways to make 6. And if I were to write that out, so I started off with 1 plus 5 equals 6, then 2 plus 4 equals 6, then 3 plus 3 equals 6, then 4 plus 2 equals 6, then 5 plus 1 equals 6. Can you tell me another way to make 6? There is one other way to make 6. What could I do with this yellow counter? And my sum will still be 6. If you guess moving this up here, You are correct. Then I will say 6 plus what number represents nothing? 0. Then I will write 6 plus 0 equals 6. Now there are different ways to make 6. Do you see a pattern that I made? This is in counting order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is counting backwards. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Do you see that pattern? So now we could make 7. Now, boys and girls, I want to write number sentences to show different ways of making 7. So I'll write my 7 here and my 7 here. Okay, so let's count how many counters I have altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to show one way of making 7. I could take one of these, flip it over to make it one part red, and the rest of these are going to be here. And what is my number sentence? 1 to show the one part red, and then I count how many yellow counters I have in all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 equals 7. I have 7 counters in all. Now I want to show another way to show 7. I can take my counter here and move it up there. Okay, now I want to count how many I have in all. So I have 2 parts red, how many parts yellow? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 2 plus 5 equals 7. Now I want to show another way to make 7. What am I going to do? You guessed it, I'm going to move my counter there. And then I'm going to count how many. I have 3 parts red and 1, 2, 3, 4 parts yellow. And my addition number sentence is 3 plus 4 equals 7. And I can move this up there and continue making number sentences. Okay, this time I have 4 plus 3 equals 7. I can move this here. How many do I have now? 5 plus 2 equals 7. I can move this up here. Make another way of making 7. 6 plus 1 equals 7. Okay, so there are many ways of making 7 too. Now I'm going to write all my little number sentences. So I started off with 1 plus 6 equals 7. What number comes after 1? 2 plus, this number is going to be 1 less than 6. 5 equals 7. 2, what comes after 2? 3. Plus 1 less than 5 is 4 equals 7. I'm writing a pattern. What comes after 3? 4. Now, what comes before 4? 3 equals 7. Then 5 plus comes before 3, 2 equals 7. Then 6, I'm just switching these two around. 6 plus 1 equals 7. And there's one final way of showing 7. I could take this yellow counter, flip it over, and now I have 7 plus, what number represents nothing? 0. So 7 plus 0 equals 7. Now, boys and girls, you have learned how to find different ways of making 6 and 7. So now we're going to take one of these ways and we're going to place it on our math worksheet. So please take out lesson 8 math worksheet. I'm going to remove this. And we're going to take out our math worksheet. You're going to write your name on the top. I'm going to write one of these sentences, number sentences here, okay? So it says, find as many ways as you can to make 6 and 7. Trace the counters above the tent to show one of those ways. Then write the addition number sentence. So I use just one of these, and you can pick which one you want. You model it in the cloud, then you write your number sentence. So mine is 3 part red. So my number sentence is going to be 3 plus 4 part yellow equals 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, now I'm going to turn my page. Okay, see and show. There are many ways to make a sum of 6 and 7. And this is just what I showed you earlier. Okay, so they just demonstrated by placing all of your counters to the left and the number sentence to the right. You can trace these numbers, okay? But I'm going to go straight here, ways to make 6. It says use WorkMath 3, or you can use the same sheet that I made. Okay, you can use this also to show different ways to make a sum of 6. Write your answers. Write the numbers. So I'm just going to use one of these to start. So I always like to start with 1 plus 5. Okay, that's this one here. Then I'm just going to increase my number, then 2, and then this is going to be 1 less, 4, then 3, plus 3, then 4, plus 2. You can also do 5 plus 1, okay? And then there's one other way, and that was the one where you have nothing plus 6. Okay, so helpful hint, think of all the different ways to make 6. Talk math. Is 5 plus 1 the same as 4 plus 2? Is 5 plus 1, which is you writing it the other way, and 4 plus 2 the same? Explain. Is it the same? Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because the sums will be the same. And it doesn't matter which order you put those numbers. The sum will always be the same. Okay? I'll just write the sum will be the same. Okay, so I wrote it here. Yes, both have the same sum. Now I'm going to turn my sheet around. So boys and girls, you're going to complete on my own. Write your name on the top. Use your WorkMath 3, or you can use this template to find ways of making 7. Then here you're going to add, they kind of mixed it up. You can use your counters. If you have counters, use your connecting cubes. For those of you who have connecting cubes, I want you to get in a habit of using your manipulatives, or you can draw your 2 different colors of yellow and red above it, and that shows your work. Okay, so you're going to do 5 through 19 on page 57. And remember, you don't turn this in. It's the back page that I want to see. Then you're going to complete problem solving. write an addition number sentence. I want to see how you plan and solve, okay, using your 3-step process. You underline what's given to you. You circle what you need to find, and then you write the number sentence, okay? Do the same for 21. Then I want you to complete the hot problem. Mason added 3 plus 3. I want you to take your counters or your connecting cubes and do 3 plus 3, okay? Three, you can flip it over. Use 2 different colors if you like, okay? Count how many you have all together. Now, this is how he wrote it. 3 plus 3 equals 7. You count how many you have. Tell why Mason is wrong. Mason is wrong because, and you state why. You do your counting, and then you make it right. You write the correct number sentence it should be, okay? Then you're going to post this page to your Seesaw journal. Then on your homework, write your name on both sides. Read your homework helper to explain everything that you have to do. Then for practice, write the different ways to make 6 and 7 for 1 through 8. Turn it over. Do the same thing for numbers 9 through 15. And then do number 16 and then post. So this is page 60. Post page 60 and your page 58, problem solving, okay, to your Seesaw journal. Do not post them side by side because it will be difficult for me to see it. But you can just take one at a time and post it onto your journal, okay? And it'll just be page number 2. All right, boys and girls? So that concludes our lesson on ways of making 6 and 7. All right, boys and girls, I want you to enjoy. And if you have any questions, you can send me a message through Seesaw. Goodbye.